My parents are both children of Holocaust survivors, and part of why they put so much time and effort and energy into helping to build and support the Jewish community is out of A, a sense of obligation, but B, a desire to see the Jewish community continue to prosper.
It's not only all of those individual lives that were lost in the Holocaust, but it was whole communities that were lost in the Holocaust, that they recognized the importance of rebuilding a community. And they do it, therefore, with a depth of commitment and a depth of love that is very impressive.
They met when they were really young. My mom was 18 and they got married when she was 19. And there's just something unique about that relationship. She brings out the best in him, he brings out the best in her. It's kind of just a balancing act.
My parents work very, very hard to make sure that they have loving, close relationships with their children, with me and my sister, and they've always made it a priority.
Jim is the master manipulator and the master commander. He is the great Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. So you may not see him, but I can assure you everything that Shirley does in this synagogue has Jim's fingerprints on it. He's there. You may not see him, but he is there.
In particular, the work that he did at the JCC, we still are using much of that work today, which is this infamous thing called the Black Book that he and Bob Feast created many years ago. Jim and Bob came up with a plan to look at our then crumbling camp out in Medford, 125 acres that were really in disrepair. And Jim took it upon himself with Bob to go over every single inch of that camp and come up with a plan to rebuild the camp.
Jim was able to go and fight for what he knew was right. He was able to say, we have this fabulous 120-acre site, and we want the kids in this community to continue wanting to come there, wanting to build their Jewish education and culture, and wanting to become part of our Jewish community. And the only way that we could do it is create a state-of-the-art facility.
Shirley has done such an amazing job for us over the years, raising money for TBS. She has been a leader in the areas of fundraising, plus giving, sponsorships. But in addition to raising tens of thousands of dollars for TBS, Shirley has devoted countless hours of her artistic and creative talents in the area of interior design.
She lent her expertise to us, many, many hours, to plan all the design work for the social hall, the wallpaper, the carpet, the paper, I mean everything, from soup to nuts, and working with the contractors and selecting the contractors, and really she sort of is like an unpaid professional here.
So almost every day when I come to the sanctuary, go into the social hall, or go to the classrooms for the ECEC there at Jacob's ECEC back in our school, I see Shirley's touches there. Certainly that is her profession, but what it brings to our synagogue is it helps us create that warm and welcoming environment that we work so hard for on an individual basis. It creates spaces that helps allow us to do this and helps allow people to come into our synagogue and to feel that way as well.
Shirley has really pioneered so many of the fundraising initiatives that we have here at TBS. She started our sponsorship program, which has grown exponentially over the years and continued to raise so much money for Temple Beth Sholom, in addition to the special events that we have here. And her creativity and that vision in thinking about all of the unique ways that we can raise money has really helped Temple Beth Sholom to grow in so many ways. And it's thanks to her effort that we're able to do so much of what we do.
She's amazing when it comes to ad journals and getting people to donate things. Like, she just doesn't take no for an answer, and she makes it very difficult for you to say no, which is a great thing when you're fundraising for a synagogue. So TBS is really lucky to have her.
I can always count on her to call me for a donation every year for the tribute dinner and other things. As soon as I see the phone ring, I know I'm in trouble, but I'm always happy to help because I know that she and Jim have given back so much to the community. That's why I'm always willing to step up and help when they ask.
I think about Shul of Rock, Capitol Steps, and the various tribute dinners that we've had over the last number of years, and such different and diverse programs, and she's made them all work beautifully.
People show up and it looks perfect and everything runs so smoothly and is such a beautiful experience that it's hard to imagine all that goes into it. But it's thanks to Shirley's vision and coordination and attention to detail and awesome leadership that we have these experiences.
Shul of Rock was just the most exciting event for me to finally just really do this night where I could just have my dream come true and bring up my friends who are such brilliant musicians. The way she oversaw that night, that event was perfect.
All of the fundraising, all of the major events, that's what makes our education programs go. That's the funding, that's the support that we get. But it's also the programs themselves, how they're shaped, how they're delivered to the community. We have an approach. It's not just a party, it's a party with meaning behind it.
I think we need many, many more people like Jim and Shirley in the community, especially as we look to the future. We need the next generation of people to come in, get involved, not only with their time, but with their money, to help make sure that the community remains what it is today, long into the future.
All those times that they've always told me to do the right thing, to think about others before myself, they are living examples of that.
They're just fantastic people, and I'm very proud that the community is just acknowledging it. They put in so much of their time, they put in so much of their heart into this temple and this community, and for them to be honored, it's just amazing.